Okay, it has been a few hours, and what I wanted to show you was that the ones that are on this parchment paper, they seem to be like done a lot faster. The other ones need hours. So I'm gonna flip them over, and I already did one, and I'm gonna put it in this container. So I thought you might wanna see that. So it just really just peels right off. The other ones are not peeling off right now. So I think they just need more time. And I'm thinking, let's see, maybe I'll just do this instead. Kind of peeling it back. There, see that? So this side is a little crunchier, you know what I mean? Crunchier. This side's a little stickier. So I'm gonna just gently kind of create the taco shell. Let's see. Put it in there. I have another one here. Let's see. This one is a little sticky on the bottom. Let's see. This one is a little bit sticky. Just kind of feeling it off. Kind of like that fruit leather stuff. Just peel it off the paper ever so gently. Smells pretty good. Smells like corn. And it is corn. Okay. And so once I get all of those situated, I have more of these. And what I'm thinking I'll do is fit it like that to keep it from collapsing inward as it continues to dry out. So I'm not going to be able to do the rest of them until tomorrow, because I just think they need more time. But for not having a stencil, I think it came out pretty good. This one's a little bit tricky too. So I'm just gently trying to release the paper. It's almost released. Let's see if I could just. There we go. So I had like a little tiny thing that came on there, but for the most part, this was pretty good. So I'm going to try to fold this one, stick it in there. And then I'll also show you that these came out really good as well. These were the peppers. And some of them are a little more dry than the others. The ones that did not have, that were just on this plane, are really could have taken them off earlier. And the ones that were on the parchment paper have a little more give. So these are looking great. I'm taking them off. They're done. And this is the walnut mushrooms. And they literally look like crumbled bits of meat. And so you're supposed to put peppers and either mix it or put it on top. But I'll fill this with the tacos when they're ready. So stay tuned. That's all for now. Hi there, I'm back with taco shells to fill. So I'm super excited to share how to fill them and taste them. But before I do that, I wanted to make the last thing that I didn't get a chance to make yet, and that's the nacho sauce. So I'm going to use the NutriBullet. And this is a new gadget for me, but maybe not for most of you. So it just basically is going to mix some stuff up. So we're going to go with a whole red bell pepper, which I am going to quickly take all the insides out, maybe give it a rough chop. And let's see, I got my knife here. Give it a rough chop. Let me let you see what I'm doing. There you go. I've only used the NutriBullet twice. I just got it, so I'm not sure like how big stuff should be, but I'm thinking chopping it down a little bit might benefit me and the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the cup. Now, yesterday we made some cashew sour cream, and I happen to have it here. It came out so good. So this calls for some of that. I'm just going to pour all that in there. Yummy, yummy. Okay. And 3 cloves of garlic, which I have right here. A jalapeno pepper, but again, I'm going to use my serrano peppers that I have from my garden. And I already chopped those up. I'm going to get some nutritional yeast. I happen to use the Well Your World. It does not have any, it's non-fortified, which is why I like it, because I would rather take my supplements and know exactly what I'm getting instead of having it in stuff and then I don't really know exactly how much I'm getting. But anyhow, so that's that. We're going to do a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Just put that in here. And it calls for chili powder. I'm gonna skip the chili powder since I have the serrano peppers. And then it calls for smoked paprika. So I'm gonna do that. Just have to wipe this off a little bit. Okay. And this is it. That is it. Now we're gonna whip it up and then we'll talk tacos. All right, so let me plug this guy in here. I think that worked out. Let's see what the consistency is. Oh, goodness. Looks pretty good. Let me taste it. Ooh, that's really good. Wow, it's got a kick to it for sure. Oh my goodness. My peppers are really, really kicking it up a notch. And I think the consistency is great. So I'm going to go ahead and call this done and show it to you. Color is a little darker than I would think, but it's a beautiful orange. All right, so what I want to share with you is about the shells. So they did not take as long as I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to take like overnight. And before I went to bed, they had been in like, gosh, a handful of hours. Can't even remember. But I thought they were going to need like a lot more hours. And, you know, I showed a little blurb of me flipping them over, but maybe 2 hours after that, they were pretty much ready to be put in the trays. I did put them in the trays and then I let them go for an additional 4 hours, and they came out great. So here's the sauce. I want you to see. So let's fill the tacos. Okay, I'm gonna show you. These are the trays that I ended up using to put them in. And when I first took them off the parchment paper or the Silpat that I use, they were flat, but very bendable. One side was kind of crunchier. The other side was a little sticky. And so the crunchier part, you know, because they were laying this way, flat open. So I peeled it off and then turned it over and just kind of sort of bent it in half and then started to put them in these trays. And when they're in there, so you have to take certain shelves out so this can fit in the dehydrator. And what I understand is that the sides can kind of fold in and fall in unless you have something in there. So with one tray, I just did this and it kept them open. And then on the top, I'll show you what I did. I took some spice bottles. I took some old spice bottles, which is not my trick. This was the trick. And I just, you know, you just lay them in. I don't want to crack them right now, but, and that keeps them open. I've heard of people using toothpicks to kind of pull them to the side, but as long as there's a way to keep them from folding in, you're good. So here we go. I'm going to, I'll make 3 of them right now, and I will eat one with you. Well, I'll show you. I wish I could pass one through. Anyways, here's the plate. I'm just going to move the NutriBullet out of the way. And I took off the dehydrator also some of the other things that we had, the mushroom walnuts and the peppers. So I think what I'm going to do is give the peppers a rough chop. And the reason why is because some of them are still kind of soft, but some of them are a little more dehydrated. And although they're moving, they might be harder to chew. So I will just grab a few of these and do a rough chop here. Well, I gotta also say that the flavor, the scent, the smell in my house when these things were cooking was so delicious and smelled so good. It was a smell of corn, which makes sense since we used all that corn, but it was just a really nice aroma. So what I'm gonna start with, this was also what we'd put on a tray and I took it off. This is the mushroom walnut mushroom. It looks like hamburger. It's not. It smells really good. And I could see some of the caraway and the fennel in there. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is, I have these little taco shell things. Might use these as well. These little stands. So I'll start with one. Let's see, I'll go with that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the crumbles in there. Let's see if you can see this. Let me turn it. How's that? Better? So pouring in some crumbles. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and put some of the peppers on here. These are the spicy peppers. So use that one for another one. And we also made the corn mango salsa, which I've had in here. And this is really cold because it was in the refrigerator, and it's got the onions and everything that we did together. So I'm going to put some of that on next. Ooh, yummy, yummy. More of the corn. Now, I don't have those like ketchup or mustard kind of squeezy bottles. If I did, I would use this to kind of drizzle it on this sour cream and the nacho cheese sauce. But since I don't have that, I'm just going to, let's see, I need an extra spoon. I'm just going to go ahead and make a little dollop. Or maybe like a little, yeah, I could still do kind of a line. And if you are eating avocado, you could add a little avocado. Oh my gosh, look at how good that looks. That looks amazing. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of cilantro on the top. Just do a little tiny bit of cilantro. There we go. And that is our taco. All right. Super pretty, huh? Let's see. I'm trying to see how I can really give you a close-up shot. The shell, crunchy. I mean, it's firm. So I have been waiting for this. So here we go. Okay. Gosh, which end do I start with? I'll go with this one. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Oh my gosh. Mmm. I can taste the fennel and the caraway. It has a sweet taste to it coming from the shell. Oh my God, all the flavors together mixed beautifully. It is a little messy, kind of fell apart, but I definitely got the crunch. I hope you heard it. And I will be making this again. So for now, enjoy and maybe give it a try. I'm going to go enjoy this for sure.